There we go. We are live. How are we doing, everybody? I can't see anybody just yet. So either it's just going to be me or people are going to join. I was going to wait around. Have you come to do the live, Max? I've got my dogs just walked in. Hang on a second. Max, do you want to go out? Because you smell. That's one. And also you make loads of noise. Good. All right. So we got rid of the dog. That's good. We can crack on. I can't actually see if anybody's joined. Oh, I've got one person. This is amazing. One person's good. It's just me and you. So welcome. I'm going to wait for a little bit because obviously I don't want to kick off too early because I want people to be able to see it. But if you are watching this live, welcome. And if you're not watching this live, welcome. I guess it's just going to be a hashtag replay. The benefit of doing this kind of thing live in a group is that you can watch it any time. So if you are not watching this live, but you've seen it and you enjoy the stuff that's in it, then tag your friends, tag your teams. I guess just share this message because this is going to be one that's really going to, I guess, help you with what we're doing, especially with this 90-day run that Craig has been talking about and the passion he has for that. If you watched his live last night, you'll know exactly what he's trying to achieve and how that's going to help you. So, hey, Rachel, how are you doing? Hope you're well. Not sure who else we've got. I don't know if I can try and see comments, if there's a way of doing it. I don't think there is. I was going to start with a joke, actually, but I don't know how that's going to go down. So I don't know whether to do it. Shall I do it? Yeah, I'll do it. So let me just turn this off to not disturb. So I'm going to do not disturb. The reason why, because my phone is going crazy. Adam Dack with a sultry post recently, giving it beans. So here's my joke. Right, I'm going to tell it to you anyway. And this has got nothing to do with what I'm talking about tonight, but I'm just doing this as a stocking filler, just while we're waiting for people to come on, right? So if you've just joined us and you're seeing this joke, this isn't what this is about. Right, so a baby polar bear goes to his mum. And he goes, Mum, are we really polar bears? And the mum polar bear goes, yeah. We've got massive paws. Why? Oh, it doesn't matter. So the baby polar bear disappears. And then he comes back about 5 minutes later and he's looking a bit stern. Mum, are you sure we're polar bears? And she says, yes. We've got massive black noses. Of course we're polar bears. What's wrong with you? And he goes, oh, it doesn't matter. He comes back a third time. Mum, are you sure we're polar bears? And she goes, yes. Why? And he went, because I'm freezing. Thought I'd just leave that one with you there. Anyway, my name is Matt Brown and I am going to give you some information today which will hopefully set a bit of a fire under your backside if you are stuck with online sales because there's loads out there. I'm going to break it down into a couple of different sections tonight because I really want to sort of get across how you can use the advantage of psychology to win in the game. Now, you don't have to be a psychologist to win on online sales. And do you know why? Because we all buy things. And it doesn't take a genius to look around the world or look around on the internet and know how people buy. But what we do is we join a network marketing company, especially like one with a catalog, and we go, there's so much to sell. And then we get all worried and we start getting panicky about what we're going to sell, right? So we're going to break it down into some easy, simple steps for you tonight. But number one, online, right, did you know, and I've written these stats down, right, so I didn't just know them, I've written these down. Active users on Instagram, 2.3 billion accounts are active a day. Facebook, 3 billion accounts. TikTok, 1.9 billion active accounts a day. So the reason I've given you that is not because I'm like Stato. The reason I've given you that is because what I'm trying to get across to you is the scale of social media, right? And the scale of social media. So Oriflame is Oriflame UK. Then you have teams, then you have people in the teams, and then you have you. So if you set up an Instagram page, Facebook page, and all of a sudden it's not got anything and it's just a picture of this with a link, buy this, chances of success, nada, zip, 9. For a couple of reasons. One, you are fighting against 2.3 billion different accounts active that day, okay? And no one knows who you are when you first start. So imagine you're this person, this might actually be you. You jump on there, you start, you go, okay, I want to do an online business. and I'm going to post something. It gets mixed up in the ether of all the traffic and all the noise that's on there. But the biggest thing is people don't know who you are. So you have to show up online. This is the tough bit. And this is the conversations I'm having with people at the moment about, there's two ways to do it. You can either do catalogs if that's fine, but if you want to go into the online space, you're going to have to show up. And if you don't want to show up, you're going to have to learn some skills. And if you don't want to learn some skills, maybe this isn't for you, because you need to be coachable. And maybe this kind of thing is going to really help you, especially in this 90-day run that Craig's been talking about. I'm going to focus on a couple of products later, just two, and show you how to position them. But showing up online is really important for a couple of things. When people make a buying decision from a psychology perspective, they will buy from people they know, like, and trust. We do it all the time, don't we? Who's got trainers, right? You'll either go for Nike, Adidas, Reebok, New Balance, or what's the other one? On Clouds I've got. And why? Because you've seen them around long enough to know these are good trainers. And then maybe a new trainer comes on the block and everybody's a bit like, ooh, until enough people start wearing them and you go, then your buying confidence goes up. So how are we going to do that? Well, number one, we need to show up online more often, and not just showing products by coming online and saying, I've got this, please buy it. It would be great. Thank you, bye. And then that's it, right? We need to be really, really open with ourselves and almost don't just show the results. You need to show people, share people the journey you're on, and people will feel invited to that. Okay, it's really, really important. So if you have a look at some of the top leaders in Oriflame specifically, they do it really well. Craig, Lisa, Adam, Shelley, Charlie, Claire, they all do it. They show you a little bit of their lifestyle. So you go, oh, I didn't know Craig had a dog. That's amazing. Matt's got Max. I didn't realize. And so Santa, oh my God. And then you start seeing behind the screen of these people and you get to know them, find out what makes them tick. And then you can decide, they will decide if you're their person, which is going to be important later, because you're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. So showing up online gives you the authority over an amount of time to be able to sell. And this is the important thing, because you need to be known for something. So if you're new into network marketing, people don't know you've been doing it. So all of a sudden, you're showing up online and you're throwing these things up. It's not going to work straight away, because people need to get used to the fact that you're doing something different. And a lot of people don't like change, do they? So if you've ever seen that with your friends and family go, what have you started doing? What's all this? Until such point in the future where they go, that's just what they do. And it's the same in everything, right? People need to see you doing it. And if you've come along from another company into here, firstly, great decision. And secondly, it's got to be the same. So if you were all about fragrances or all about test-based nutrition or all about something else or watches or holidays, and now you're doing this, give people chance to understand that you're doing something new, okay? Give them chance to, learn that you've changed, if that makes sense, right? So showing up online is the main thing. It gives you the authority and gives you the position to be able to sell into those people at such point. The other thing, this is packed, absolutely packed. And I was doing a training with my guys and Santa's guys as well the other day, and I was telling Craig about it, which is kind of why he said to me, look, could you jump online and just talk about this? Because I think it's really, really important. When we do launches, I don't know about you, but sometimes I see and I feel, and I've seen before, that we're doing loads of bits and pieces. 1 minute it's this, next minute it's this, next minute it's this, next minute it's this, next minute it's this. And people are just watching going, oh, it's so hard for people to grip hold of what you're doing. They almost lose interest. So what I was saying to my guys is, why don't we just focus on 2 products for the next 90 days and see what happens? And this is the reason why. Because if you think about when you're buying something, you need to see it enough times to make that buying decision right for you. Okay. And it also needs to match what you are looking for. Positioning is important as well. So think about now, what season are we heading up into? It's summer, isn't it? Right? And put your hand up in the air or smash the love heart buttons or whatever, if you want to look good this summer. And believe it or not, we haven't got that many months or weeks left to achieve that. So if that is your kind of thing that you're looking for, or maybe your customers are looking for, wouldn't it be amazing if we could provide something that could provide a solution to that? And we have that, don't we? So think about the time and the seasons that you're positioning your products. Are they right for the season? Are they right for what you're trying to talk about? Are we, after Christmas, are we really honing in on that new year, new me kind of thing? Or are we missing the opportunity? Are we thinking ahead now to summer, thinking, okay, well, that's a good enough time for people to make a big difference in their body. Could I offer something that may help them? And what strategy could I use? So that is really timing. Seasonal timing with how we position our products, especially the Velocity products, is so, so key. The other thing I want to talk about as well with that is showing the product enough times. Because if you remember, the Velocity thing went boom. It was pink everywhere. It was like pink here. I had a pink jacket on and this, that, and the other. When Velocity came, it was boom, green everywhere. Everybody was taking this stuff and it was fantastic. And then it's kind of gone. So that sort of interest level has peaked and gone down. And it's going down just at the point where people may need this product more than ever, okay? Which is summer coming up. So prepare yourself for that and think about this as an opportunity and a strategy that you could really use, especially with subscriptions coming up in C5 next week. Unbelievable. So how we're going to show these, right, is consistently. And I'm going to give you a little story. Some of you may have heard this, so forgive me. And it's about a product called Lawn Pack. Now, I'm a middle-aged man, I'm 46 years old, and I like a garden, right? I've got a house with a garden. It's not a huge garden, right? But it's big enough to have a nice little bit of grass in it and stuff like that. And last year it was looking pretty tatty and I kind of was in this buying position and I was kind of sat there going, oh, I really want to do something about my garden. And obviously you search, don't you? And I'm just like a normal customer at this point and I'm searching for a solution to my garden. So anyway, I come across this company called Lawn Pack. Now, Lawn Pack are just a company that sells seeds, right? That's all they do. But they sell these seeds so consistently that I can't not see them anywhere I go. And I'm getting closer and closer and closer to pulling the pin and making that buying decision. Because this is what they do, right? Imagine this is Lawn Pack. So I'm thinking about this decision. I'm like, oh, you know what? I really could do with, sexying up my garden. I think it would be really nice if the grass looked all neat. And all of a sudden, Lawn Pack comes in. And I'm like, oof, that's good. I thought about it. It's piqued my interest and then it's disappeared. I'm like, oh, where's that? Oh, never mind. Carry on with my life. Doom scrolling, whatever. Then the next thing comes up and it's like Lawn Pack again. I'm like, oh, there's that thing I saw. It's piqued my interest again, but again, it hasn't stayed long enough. But I'm remembering it now and I'm starting to log that this is the company that actually are providing something that I think I want. And then what do? They go and throw a testimonial in front of me and I'm like, oh, that is good. And the reason why I'm more interested in now is because I'm seeing before and afters. Now, this is all going to make sense in a minute when we talk about our transformations with our products. I'm seeing a before. So this is the problem state. And I want that end state. And the bit in between is Lawn Pack. So I'm getting more and more attached to Lawn Pack. But the end result isn't quite what I think I want because that garden doesn't look like my garden. So I let the opportunity pass. And I'm still watching. I'm still a customer. I'm just waiting. Then Lawn Pack come around again and they provide another garden. But this garden still doesn't look like my garden. This is like a massive garden. I can't really associate myself with that massive garden because mine's not that big. So again, the opportunity passes around. And I think you know what's going to come. And then there's a garden that comes around like this. And it's almost identical to my garden. And I'm like, whoa, this is almost like my garden. It's the same size. It's got the same bulb patches. I can see my garden looking like that. Phenomenal. So now my buying interest has peaked. My association with the end result has peaked. My money hasn't peaked because I'm getting married. But that's beside the by. If I had the money, I'd buy it, right? But my interest has peaked. Why? Because what they've done really well is positioned it once, twice, 3 times on social media, on Facebook, on Instagram, and everything. It's the same product on a carousel that comes around, and then they share the testimonials. So how are we going to take advantage of that? Let's use collagen for an example. We know that this collagen is flipping amazing. So what would it be like if we talked about this collagen really regularly, all of the time, and had some before and afters? Do you think that would work? If we positioned it like this. On a Tuesday, we talk about Transformation Tuesday. And we start off by saying some evidence about how good our product is. And then the Thursday comes around and we talk about the same thing and the same product and the same qualities. And it comes around again. See where I'm going with this? Now people are seeing this and going, oh, that's the same product. I was looking for a collagen. And now we go, here's the same product, same information, and we're giving value, but we're going to chuck a testimonial in there. But this testimonial might be of a face of Claire. And somebody says, oh, well, I don't look like Claire. I've got different colour hair. Fine. Okay. And then we put the same thing on next Tuesday, the same product, the same thing, but this person is Shelley. And they go, ooh, that looks a little bit more like me, but they're a different age. No problem. And now on a Thursday, we're going to pop it round again. And this time it's somebody that looks like you, same age, same everything. And now you're going, wow. So she used that for 6 weeks, looked like that, and now looks like that. Take my money. Because you've created this carousel of opportunity for this people, not just a one-hit, Stevie Wonder, that you just go, yeah, this is amazing stuff. It's the best on the market. Boom. And then you don't post again for another few weeks, if at all. You're creating this carousel of opportunity that passes by people's eyes enough time to pique their interest, keep them connected, make them remember you, remember that you're the person they might want to buy because you're creating value around that product. Then you're providing testimonials of people that look like them. Cool. So that's that one. Now, this little puppy. And I'm only using 2 products, right? There's only a certain amount of days in the week. This is what we're teaching our guys to do in our team. Wellosophy product. Now, this one, when it came out, was like, boom, amazing. It was so good. Everybody was going crazy for it. You know, my background is sports nutrition and sort of physical training, nutrition. I was like, well, this is amazing. This is such a clever product. Well done, Oriflame. Like that is pretty cool. And I was super happy about it. But again, if we're posting this one time when it launches, getting all super happy with it, great. Then people go, ooh, what's that product? It disappears. And if it never comes back around again, they go, yeah, carry on with life. Just like we do. But what if we were to put that strategy behind this? Except we're going to do this 3 days of the week. MetaBoost Monday, just for example, Wellness Wednesday and Fitness Friday. I'm just coming out, that just come out, right, as an idea. On a carousel 3 times a week, and we talk about the same things all the time. It's going to work. And you know why? For the same reasons. Now, when you go, I don't know if anybody's had a fitness regime or, a diet regime, or they've looked on the internet. First thing you look for is inspiration. What do you want to look like in the future? Or what do you want to feel like? These products create a feeling. So if you can associate the feeling, it's going to be amazing. A little bit like holidays. If you ever go on a holiday, they sell the beach. They sell the sunset. They sell the pina coladas. They sell the, moment when you're in the beach and you take your first sip of beer and you go, oh, that's essence, that. Oh, my life. And that's what you buy into. You don't buy into panic at the gate, late transfers, bags missing, getting kicked like this on the seat by the naughty child behind you, just like, ugh. They don't sell any of that. They sell the sunset. They sell a feeling, right? And the feeling that you could create around this by being ethical, not saying it like, oh, it's going to grow a limb and grow your hair back, but by being ethical, you could actually really help people to make a buying decision. One, because you're going to show up online. Two, because you're going to show it on a carousel of showing it to people with enough, vision and quality of evidence that this works. And then you're going to provide some testimonials, right? So what have we got in terms of testimonials? Well, we got the Shrink Squad, which was absolutely genius, because this is great, right? I know for a fact, if you are looking at a body, for example, you will know if that body looks better in before or after. You don't need to know the weight. And this is not a weight loss product. It's not. It isn't a weight loss. Weight loss happens, but it's not a weight loss product. This product is there to stop you from having those greedy fingers in the evening when you're in a calorie deficit. That's what happens. So if you are the one that's reducing your input of your food, and you will know this because it's happened, first thing your body does, it goes, oh my days, I need some naughty foods. And all of a sudden, you're reaching for the packets, not the soap, clearly, but you're reaching for packets, and then all of a sudden you're eating. This product stops you from doing that. So what's the process of that? Well, the end result is that you're not going to eat as much. You're going to lose size, and the weight is just a Brucey bonus. But as humans, here's a really interesting thing for you. And it always makes me smile when I've had clients before in the past, and I've said to them, hey, what's your goal? And they go, I want to get to 65 kg. Okay. What does 65 kg look like? Just out of interest. I'm just really curious. Well, I looked like that when I was 25. Okay. Do you mind me asking how old you are now? Oh, I'm 36. Cool. Unfortunately, I haven't got a time machine, but let's just work on something different. And I always play this game with them, not to be horrible, but I just want to get in their mindset. And I say, hey, can I just ask you a question? If you got to 65k in 8 weeks' time, how would you feel? And they go, oh, I'd feel brilliant, thanks. And I go, great. So you've achieved your target, yeah? Yeah. And then what do? You weigh yourself in the morning, then in the afternoon, you come across and you've had your lunch, and then you've probably gone out for a walk and you've enjoyed the sun, and maybe you've had an ice cream because why not? And then you've got to the evening, the next day, you haven't had a poo, right? And you weigh yourself on the scales and you're 66.1 maybe, or something like that. Have you achieved or not achieved your goal? They go, oh, yeah. So how about we throw the weight thing out the window for a second? Because let's be honest, when you're walking down the high street, how many times do you eyeball people by weight? You don't go walking down the road going, dun, 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 dun. It's a healthy 65.5. Very good. Well done, sir. Are you walking down the road? Oh, strong 85.9. Very good, sir. Well done. Madam, have you just hit 82? Congratulations. It's mental to think that. But as humans, right, we look at bodies and go, wow, for your height and size, you look really good. Wow, for your shape, you look amazing. What have you been doing? So think about that in terms of the psychology of people who are looking to make a change with this. Testimonies are going to be super strong, super powerful for you. So we need to give the value around this product. Why is it so good? And what does it actually do? How does it help? That's the middle bit. But the problem state is kind of almost saying, hey, summer's coming around the corner, and, maybe you're looking for a change, kind of this, that problem state. Then the end state is the testimonies you provide. So if you look on the Shrink Squad, you'll see everybody of different sizes, different shapes, different ages. Okay, so let's just play this game for a second, right? I'm looking to shape up for the summer, right? And I'm really looking. And I know you are in Oriflame, but I know it's just makeup maybe, or it's maybe just a bit of perfume or something like that. I'm paying attention. I've seen your stuff and I'm going, okay, cool. And all of a sudden, in my mind, I've been thinking about losing some weight. And it's about, 3 months until summer proper kicks in? Good amount of time to make a change, right? And all of a sudden, you've popped up and say, hey, look, I've just been trialing this This Metabolic Boost product's amazing. Actually, it helps you to stop, snacking in the evenings and feel those hunger. So if you are looking to shape up for summer, this could be a great product. See you later. That's Monday. And he goes, oh, well, that was interesting. And then Wednesday comes around, Wellness Wednesday. Hey guys, just me again, just talking about this product here. Yeah, fantastic. It's really good. It's really easy to take. It's a natural supplement, really, really good. And you know what? I think for the value, it's really going to help you get into shape this summer. Boom, boom. They go, oh, second time I've seen that now. Okay. Then it comes around a third time. This time on the Friday, on the Fitness Friday, you just go, bang, just the product. And then a testimonial, okay, because it's still evidence clicked onto this testimonial. And let's just say it's a woman. It's a 45-year-old woman who has lost this shape and changed. And I look at that as a bloke and go, oh, yeah, that's different. It's a woman, innit? I can't really associate myself with that. You let that opportunity go past. Now, what happens if we don't provide that carousel again? Am I buying? Nada. What you can do is you can go provide another evidence here with another testimonial. And what if this time it's a bloke that's bald, 46 years old, with a beard that's probably too short because the guard slipped the other day, with a bit of a tan because he's been out in the garden, right? But actually, he looks all right. Look at what he did from there to there. And that's in 6 weeks. Sign me up. And the reason why is because you create that problem state. I'm looking for a solution. You provide the solution, and the hope and the feeling that I may get a result like that. Take my money. Absolutely. Here's the other part as well. You're probably thinking, yeah, but who's going to buy from me? Who's watching you? Is the question I'll ask you. And do you know how you're going to work that out? Everybody is pretty much watching you, right? And I know this for a fact because I don't know about you, but I bump into people that I haven't seen for ages. And they go, how you doing, mate? I'm like, yeah, good. Life is good. They go, mate, what's all this stuff you've been doing for ages? I'm like, all right. And in my head, I'm going, I didn't even know you watched this. I saw you in a pink jacket bouncing around on the stage. I'm like, yeah. It's Oriflame. I have a really good time doing it. You should take a look. I think you'd like it. And they go, yeah. And I'm walking away going, I didn't think they were looking. But here's what you can do to make this even easier for yourself. Go into any dashboard, whether it's Instagram or whether it's Facebook, Insights, click it and work out who's watching you. You will find out. Is it men? Is it women? Is it a certain time of the day that they're watching you? Is it a certain age bracket? Is it the 20 to 35 category? Is it the 36 to 45 category? Is it 46 to 55 category? I don't know. But once you know if it's men or women, age group, and the time most of those people are watching, you've got a target audience. So it would be absolutely mental for you to provide this up to the internet to say, do you know what? And let's just say your avatar is a 35-year-old female, okay, who watches it at 6 o'clock in the evening most of the time, right? And then all of a sudden your carousel came round, bearing in mind it's your page, right? And it's at 9 o'clock in the morning, and it's a 55-year-old man. They go, see you later. Makes no association to me. So the psychology of buying is all in your hands. And we are, by nature, tribal people. If you've ever been to an office party, you'll find that people just bounce off into corners, don't they? Right? They bounce into different corners, right? You've got the cool gang over there. You've got the gossips by the photocopier. You've got the nerds, sucking up to the boss like, I think you're the best boss in the world, right? So you've got all these different tribes of people because people want to be like themselves, right? And you probably have heard, you attract your vibe, you attract your tribe with your vibe. You are going to find people who are attracted to you. So if you get this right and you spend time showing up, creating value, providing evidence that this is something you're going to be doing for the long haul, that this is your brand and this is your company, and you absolutely shouting from the rooftops says, I am here. That's the first bit. Then you put your products that you choose on a carousel enough times so that people can make a buying decision with piqued interest, a desire to want to come to see you. And then the next bit is not everybody is going to come into your inbox. They won't. Even after that, because maybe they don't know you enough to ask you. Maybe they're not confident enough to go, oh, hey, listen, I'm thinking about losing some weight. Don't think that's a normal question to ask. They may not come into your inbox. So what are they waiting for? This is the bit that we always talk about. Ask the question. Because if this has been on a carousel for enough times, you will already know and hopefully written down all those names that have been watching you over the weeks. Write the name down, write the name down, write the name down, write the name down, write the name down. And every time you see that carousel come through and you see the insights, is it the same person watching? If it is, Joan, 1 tick, Joan, 2 ticks, Joan, 3 ticks. 3 ticks and ask the question. 2 ticks and ask the question. Hey Joan, been seeing that you've been watching my content recently. Love it. Have you been thinking about taking something like this for yourself? Would you like some more information? I'd love to be able to help you if you'd like to see a catalogue, or if you'd like to see the products. Ask the question, because you know what? Some people are just waiting to make a buying decision, but they're also waiting to be asked the question, would you like to look? That's your responsibility. That is the bit that you can control to make this work. I promise you. These are skills that I was just about to turn into Liam Neeson then. These are skills that I've learned over many years. But these are skills I've learned through different methodologies of coaching, through different methodologies of NLP. I've trained NLP, so I understand how to use certain languages. But one of the things you'll find as well is we have a thing inside our body, and I know Craig's talked about this before. It's called the RAS system, the reticular activating system. You don't have to write that down. You can research it if you want. But ultimately, it is like, how do I explain it? It's like a 7-year-old kid in your brain, right? And you give it simple instructions and it will go and find the evidence for you in the world that represents what you're trying to look for. And I'll give you an example. Have you ever thought about buying a new car? You have, right? So if you thought about buying a new car, you probably thought about the wheels that you wanted. You probably thought about the spec that you wanted. I know me and Craig are constantly talking about Porsches and Aston Martins in the future, but we don't talk about the things we don't want. We talk about the ones we want, right? And that is all around us. So Craig is, you know, he's looking constantly at these things. He's constantly feeding his mind. So he's searching the internet and it's finding it on his For You page. It's that internet is bringing information to him based on what he's finding and what he's looking for, because his reticular activation system is going crazy and bringing all that information and allowing him to notice these things in the world. And that is no different to anybody looking to get better skin. Because there are, and believe it or not, there are people out there who are looking to get better skin that don't know about Oriflame, or don't know what you do with Oriflame, or don't know that you even offer this. And there's people right now thinking, right, I've got a holiday to Alicante in 13 weeks. I need to get my bum in gear, right? They're probably thinking that. Now, what happens if you pop up this? Unbelievable. It's so powerful. It's really going to help you. So I hope in some way that inspires you to, one, like Craig was talking about, that daily mode of operation. Put this in your daily mode of operation. And you know what? It takes some of the stress away from you creating reels. If you're in this and you're new, or if you've been in this for a while, you know some of the things that stop you from posting is because you go, what am I going to post today? And almost it's too much for you, and it almost turns you off to go, do you know what? I've run out of ideas. But you could provide the same thing time and time again. And one of the girls that was talking to on the actual in our team says, yeah, but I find sometimes when I post the same things boring. Yeah, good. Boring to you because you're posting it all the time. And you may go like this, oh my God, this is boring. But why are you on social media? And why are you providing products online? Why? Are you doing it so they get ignored, or are you doing it so people buy? If it's the second reason, you're doing it because you want people to buy, you have to think like a customer when you're trying to sell, if that makes sense. How would you buy? What's your natural thing that you go to? Do you look for evidence? Do you look for social agreement in reviews? I do. I will always go to reviews. TripAdvisor, what's the best and worst reviews? What's the midline review? That's what we do as humans, right? We will, people will sit there all quiet and go, Go on, you go first, right? So that's how we're doing it. That's my advice to you, that on this 90-day run, that you plan, a regular carousel of opportunity for those products to come round enough times. Take the stress away, provide the evidence, give the value, show up online, let them know about your lives as well, and earn the right to sell online to people that you know, and they will love you, they will thank you, you will follow up for them and say, hey, listen, I've loved being part of your journey and helping you. Would you be able to give me a testimony for the future? It's a continuous cycle of sales and testimonies, and it's just going to be amazing for you. So listen, it is 19:35. I've been going on for 35 minutes. Hopefully you've made some good notes. I'm always going to be here to give you some advice if you need it. Post this. If you are watching this again on the replay, then please feel free to ask questions. I can't see any comments now. I can only see that people are watching. So if there are comments, I will come back to you and I will do my best to answer them. All right. Listen, it's been amazing to have some time with you, and thank you, Craig, for giving me the opportunity to talk to people, even though it was like over a brief conversation the other day, and you went, oof. Do you know what? You can do that tomorrow night. And I was like, yeah, go on. And a quick advert. If you want to watch two blokes chat absolute nonsense tonight, 9 o'clock tonight on live, it will be me and Craig, and we're just gonna put the worlds to rights for a little bit, like we did last week. Have a bit of a fun time, and I don't know what's going to happen, to be honest. We don't script it. If you know me, nothing here is scripted. It literally just comes out. Whatever comes out, and I'll either apologise or go, oh, that was good. So yeah, if you fancy watching two blokes chat tonight, there is an underlying message in what we're going to be saying, and it's just because I think there's a lot of eyes on Oriflame at the moment, and there's some really amazing stuff happening, and it's just a really cool time to be part of this, isn't it? Anyway, listen, thank you for watching, everybody. I can't shout you out one by one because it's just been going like crazy on the screen, trying to flick up and down. But thank you very much, and have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye.